Welcome to another module of research methodology, measurement and scaling. Let me start from the term variable. What is variable? The word variable is derived from the root word vary, which means changing in amount, volume, number, form, nature, or type. A variable is defined as anything that has a quantity or quality that varies. So a variable may be a person, place, thing or phenomenon that we are trying to measure in some way. It is defined as anything that has a quantity or quality that varies. Variables are the measurable characteristics of an object, individual, group, organization, environmental factors and social phenomenon that changes. So the variable has a measurable characteristics that varies. In a questionnaire, each question is a variable. Present some examples. Examples of variables related to impact of climate change on rubber cultivation. Examples of variables are temperature, the amount of rainfall, humidity, winds, carbon emission, etc. are the examples of variables in this case. Then, examples of variables related to crime and violence. Variables are number of robberies, number of attempted murders, number of prisoners, number of crime victims, number of convictions, etc. Examples of variables related to academic performance of students. Entrance exam score, number of hours taken for study, student-teacher ratio, number of students in the class, teaching style, the distance of school from home, etc. Then, examples of variables related to customer satisfaction towards a product. Satisfaction towards product quality, price, sales outlet, packaging, after sale services, warranty, etc. These are all the examples of variables related to various topics. Then what are the different types of variables? The first pair of variables are independent and dependent variables. Dependent variable is the variable a researcher is interested in. So a dependent variable is the variable being tested and measured in a research experiment. The researcher is trying to measure the changes to the dependent variable. It is the variable whose value depends on or affected by the value of another variable. So the value of dependent variable will be influenced by or affected by the value of another variable. So the dependent variable is the variable a researcher is interested in, or it is the variable being tested and measured in a research. Then independent variable is a variable believed to affect the dependent variable. So independent variable is the variable which affect the dependent variable. The researcher manipulates the independent variable to analyze its effect on dependent variable. So generally the researcher manipulates or making changes in independent variable to analyze its effect or influence on the dependent variable. For example, while analyzing the impact of advertising on sales, advertising expenditure is one of the independent variable and sales volume is the dependent variable. There may be number of independent and dependent variables in a study. In this case, the advertising expenditure is one of the independent variable and the sales volume is the dependent variable. Here, the impact of advertising on sales volume is studying. Next, extraneous variable and confounding variable. Extraneous variables are the variables which are not the independent variable but could affect the results of the experiment. There may be number of variables in a study. Some of these variables are taken for the study and some of these are omitted. Extraneous variables are the variables which are not taken by the researcher as independent variable but could affect the results of the experiment or could affect the dependent variable. These are variables that the researcher not intentionally studying. It is not taken as independent variable but has the potential to influence the dependent variable. So it is not taken by the researcher as independent variable but it has the potential to influence the dependent variable. Confounding variable is an extraneous variable that could strongly influence the study. There may be number of extraneous variables in a study. So an extraneous variable that could strongly influence the study, that could strongly influence the dependent variable is called a confounding variable. If an extraneous variable is not controlled, it is confounding. A study that fails to consider the effect of Confounding variable is said to have poor internal validity. So an extraneous variable should be controlled while conducting a study. Let me present one example to clarify the concept of extraneous and confounding variable. In a study on the impact of advertising on sales. Here the researcher studies the impact of advertising on sales. So the researcher taken advertising expense as the independent variable and sales volume as the dependent variable. But in addition to the advertising expense, there may be a number of other variables that could strongly influence sales volume. One of such variable is price. So price is an extraneous variable. If the price is controlled or remains the same during the study, it is extraneous. That means if the price remains the same during the study, it is extraneous. Then if the price is not controlled or changing during the study, it is a confounding variable. So a confounding variable is an extraneous variable which has a strong influence on the study. So if the price is not controlled or changing during the study, it is a confounding variable. The next, quantitative and qualitative variable. Quantitative or metric variables are variables that are measured on a numeric or quantitative scale. For example, price, income, sales, etc. Arithmetic operation can be performed on the values of quantitative variables. Then qualitative or non-metric variables are the variables that are not numerically measured. For example, knowledge, character, satisfaction, perception, etc. Qualitative information must be converted into numerical form or quantitative form for analysis. What is an attribute? Attribute is the characteristic of an object. It is the categories or levels of a variable. It represents full range of possible variation. So variable is anything that varies. So the categories of variable is called attribute, or the levels of variable is called attribute. It represents full range of possible variation. All possible variations of a variable is called attribute. A variable is a logical set of attributes. For example, the attributes of the variable religion. Religion is a variable and the attributes of this variable religion are Muslim, Christian, Hindu, etc. Then the variable agreement. Agreement is a variable. It may have number of attributes from strongly agree to disagree. So the attributes of the variable agreement are strongly agree, agree, neutral, disagree, strongly disagree, etc. Then what is measurement? Measurement is the process of observing and recording the attributes of variables. Now we have understood what is a variable and what are the attributes of variable. So measurement is the process of observing and recording the attributes of a variable. Measurement is the process of assigning numbers to objects or phenomena according to some rules. In a measurement process, we are assigning numbers to object or phenomena. Symbols or numbers are assigned because the numbers permit the statistical analysis of resulting data. So in a measurement process, symbols or numbers are assigned to these attributes of variables. For example, gender is a variable. Male, female and transgender are the attributes of gender. Measurement assign 1 for male, 2 for female and 3 for transgender. Then what is measured in a research? The objects is the first one. People, automobiles, food, clothes, etc. are the examples of objects. Then phenomena may be measured. Examples: attitude, perception, opinion, satisfaction, etc. Then characteristics of an object may also be measured. For example, weight and height of a person, mileage of automobiles, etc. A person is an object. Weight and height of a person is the characteristic of an object. Automobile is an object and the mileage of automobile is a characteristic of object. Then what is scaling? Scaling is the extension of measurement. It is the selection and use of a proper scale for measurement. We have to select and use a proper scale for measurement. Scale of measurement is the way of defining and grouping variables and attributes. With the help of a scale, we are defining and grouping variables and attributes more effectively. Scaling is creating a range or continuum on which measured objects are located. For example, the variable satisfaction can be measured as satisfied and not satisfied. In this case, a 5-point scale can be used. It creates attributes from highly satisfied to highly dissatisfied. Highly satisfied, satisfied, neutral, dissatisfied, and a highly dissatisfied for measurement. If a 5-point scale is used, this measurement will be more effective. Then what are the different levels of measurement scales? Primary scales of measurement, or four basic levels of measurement scales, are nominal scale, ordinal scale, interval scale, and ratio scale. Here the nominal scale and ordinal scales are the non-metric or qualitative scales, and the interval and ratio scales are the metric and quantitative scales. The statistical tools for analysis must be chosen according to the scale of measurement of the variable. First one, nominal scale. This is a very simple scale used to measure the identity and difference. So it is a scale used to measure the identity or difference of a variable. It is a scale where variables or attributes are simply named or labeled with no specific order. So here the variables or attributes are simply named, labeled, or classified, but there is no specific order for that classification. A nominal scale of measurement deals with variables that are non-numeric or numeric where the numbers have no value. Generally, a nominal scale deals with a non-numeric variable, but sometimes these variables may be a numeric variable, but the numbers have no value. For example, the roll number allotted to a student or the jersey number allotted to a player is an example of a nominal scale. These are numeric values, but these numeric values are not used for any calculations. It is used only for classification and identification. So this nominal scale is only used for classification and identification of a variable. Examples of nominal scale questions. First one, what is your gender? Here the variable is gender. The attributes are male, female, and transgender. This scale is used to identify the gender or to classify people into male, female, and transgender. Then next one, what is your hair color? Here the hair color is the variable. The attributes are black, white, brown, and other. Ordinal scale is the next scale. It is a non-metric scale used to categorize and rank the variable. It is also a non-metric scale like nominal scale. But the nominal scale is used to categorize the variable, but the ordinal scale is used to categorize and rank the variables. It allocates values to variables based on their relative importance or rank. So it allocates values to each variable based on their relative importance in the group. It is a scale on which data is shown simply in order of magnitude, but the distances between the categories are not known. Here, the data is shown or classified in an order of magnitude, but the distance between these categories are not known. It is more powerful than a nominal scale because it is used for classification and order. Nominal scale is used for classification only. It is more powerful than nominal scale because it is used for classification and order. Ordinal scale can say that one is better than another, but not by how much better. With the help of an ordinal scale, we can say that one is better than another, but we can't say that how much it is better. Examples of ordinal scale questions. Rank the following attributes of a microwave oven on their importance that you consider while purchasing. Here the respondents are asked to rank the attributes of a microwave oven that they consider as important while purchasing. The attributes are company name, functions, price, comfort, and design. One respondent gave rank 1 to the functions. That means he considered the functions of a microwave oven as the most important. Then second rank to price. That means next he want to buy a microwave oven with less price. Then rank 3 to company name. Then 4 to comfort. And the last rank to design. Another question. Register your agreement towards the statement employees are getting good salary in the organization. Strongly agree, agree, neutral, disagree, strongly disagree. Here the strongly agree has a higher agreement status than agree. third measurement scale is interval scale. Interval scale is a numerical or metric scale which describes the order of magnitude of variables and the exact difference between the values. Interval scale is a numerical or metric scale. Nominal and ordinal scales are qualitative or non-metric scales, but the interval scale is a numeric or metric scale which describes the order of magnitude of variables and the exact difference between the values. Ordinal scale also measure the order of magnitude of variable but not the difference between values. But the interval scale measure not only the order of magnitude but also the difference between the values. With the help of ordinal scale, we can say that one is better than another, but not how much it is better. But with the help of interval scale, we can say that one is better than another and how much it is better. The difference between the points on the scale are measurable and equal. The interval scales are also termed as rating scales. An interval scale does not have an absolute 0 point. This scale has an arbitrary 0 point. The difference between absolute 0 point and arbitrary 0 point will be explained in the next slide. In an interval scale, a variable can be measured even if it is negative. What is the difference between absolute 0 and arbitrary 0? Interval scale is an arbitrary or relative scale with arbitrary 0 point. But the ratio scale is an absolute scale with absolute 0 point. So we have to understand the difference between absolute 0 and arbitrary 0. An absolute scale is a system of measurement that begins at a minimum or 0 point and progresses in only one direction. That means an absolute scale is a scale which starts from 0. Starting point of the scale is 0. It never falls below 0 or negative value. It progresses from 0 in one direction only, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Ratio scale has an absolute or true 0 point. For example, height and weight measure from 0 and above but never fall below 0. Arbitrary or relative scale begins at some point selected by a person and can progress in both directions. That means an arbitrary scale begins with a point selected by the researcher but not with the 0. Interval scale has no absolute or true 0 point and can represent values above and below 0, that is arbitrary 0. So an interval scale may have positive and negative values, that is values above and below 0. For example, you can measure temperature above and below 0 degrees Celsius such as 10 degrees and minus 10 degrees. Examples of interval scale questions. First one, to what extent do you involved in decision making? Here the options are given from not at all involved to extremely involved. Here specific values are given for each answer choices. Therefore, we can measure the exact difference between these values. Next one, are you satisfied with the product of the company? Here the options are given from highly satisfied to highly dissatisfied. Here also the specific values are given and the difference between these values can be measured. Ratio scale is the fourth and last measurement scale. It is the highest level of measurement scales. Ratio scale is a metric scale in which the attributes of variables are measured on specific numerical scores or values. It is a quantitative or metric scale like interval scale, in which the attributes of variables are measured on specific numerical scores or values. Ratio scale is characterized by the presence of classification, order, distance, and a minimum scale value of 0. That means it accommodates the characteristics of the other three scales such as classification, order, distance. But in addition to the classification, order, and distance, the ratio scale has a minimum scale value of 0, or the ratio scale has an absolute 0 points. It has a true or absolute 0 value. Height and weight are the examples of ratio data. All statistical techniques which can be applicable to the previous scales can be used for this scale. Examples of ratio scale questions. First one, what is your annual income before taxes? Here the answer is to be given as a specific value. Second question, how far is the hospital from your home? Answer is 8 kilometer. So a ratio scale measure the attributes of a variable as a specific numeric value. Then more examples of measurement scales and data. Let me explain all these scales with the help of an example of a dance competition in an arts festival. The chess numbers given to the participants of a dance competition in an arts festival is an example of nominal scale. Then once the dance competition is over, winners are declared as first place, second place, etc. It is an example of ordinal scale. Then those who secured mark above 90% is graded as A. Mark 80 to 90% as B is an example of interval scale. Then the exact mark awarded to the participants by the judge is an example of ratio scale. Then comparison of the levels of measurement scales. A nominal scale measure the difference between the variables or attributes, and the ordinal scale measure the difference and order. Then interval scale measure the difference, order and distance, and the ratio scale measure the difference, order and distance. In addition to this, a ratio scale has an absolute zero origin. More comparison of the levels of measurement scales. We can count values in all the scales: nominal, ordinal, interval and ratio. The calculation of mode is also possible in all the scales: nominal, ordinal, interval and ratio. The calculation of median is not possible in the case of nominal scale. It is possible in the case of ordinal, interval and ratio scale. Calculation of mean is possible only in the case of interval and ratio scale. We can add or subtract values in the case of interval and ratio scale, but we can multiple and divide values only in the case of ratio scale. The ratio scale only has a true or absolute 0 points. Thank you.